Welcome to SDL Tridion whiteboarding session. Today's topic is Translation Manager and how it fits into the Content Manager picture. In Translation Manager we have two components. One is the Content Manager environment, that's our back office editing system, together with its content data store. And we have a translation system, an external translation system, in this case SDL World Server. Now within a translation management system usually have a translation workflow of some description. In this, I'm not going to discuss what World Server is or does really, other than the fact that you need to know that you send translations to World Server, it enters a workflow, and a translated piece of content comes back. But what are the components that we need for translating content to and from a product like World Server? Well, in Tridion terms, we have an extension. The extension is an interface extension which allows the editor to select items to be translated, allows them to manage jobs and look at the status of jobs. We also have a service. The Translation Manager service is the one that controls all the batch operations in and around Tridion and interacting with World Server. And we have a translation data store, which is what's being used to show both the status of the jobs to the end user, but also being able to list the jobs that need to be sent and retrieved to and from the World Server. When a job is created by the end user, it's put into the Translation Manager database, and the Translation Manager service will pick that up. It will also retrieve the content items from the data store, and will push the items to the workflow. The items enter there, and they'll enter a complex workflow, custom workflow, usually for the given customer, depending on department or other parameters like that. And they will also contain a language pair, which is where it's from, to be translated from to. So, for example, English to German. The translation service here, Translation Manager service, will ask for status updates as it progresses through the workflow, and at the end of that, the translation will be ready and will be retrieved back by the Translation Manager service and then pushed into the Content Manager database. It's pushed into the localized children of the item that was sent for translation, and in the interface for the end user can see that the job was returned back to Tridion and has been completed. When the content is published, of course, it's now translated, localized children, and the content will be published as normal in those languages. And that was a very quick overview of Translation Manager and how it interacts with the Content Manager. Maybe next time we'll go in a little bit more detail as to how that really works on the World Server side. But for now, that's the basics. You can find a little bit more about me on julianwraith.com or via Twitter on julianwraith, or you can email me at jwraith@sdl.com. Thank you.